flowers can get quite expensive, especially if you are having a wedding. My daughter made these flowers for the table centerpieces for her wedding. You will need a variety of acrylic paints, some Mod Podge glue, I use the glossy type, coffee filters that are either white, natural, or even used. Make sure you brush off the grounds when you're doing this. 18 gauge wire and 26 gauge wire. Wire tools and scissors and some floral tape. Let's get started. Paint your coffee filters whatever color you would like. You want to have at least 2 of these filters for each flower. Set them aside and let them dry. You can see if the natural color will make a difference in the coloring of your flower. I'm going to use this one, and it may be the same, but it may have a little different tint to it. We'll see what this looks like when it dries. This is the one that is the natural color, using it without any bleaching in it. You also want to paint some of the filters with a green paint. These will be for the leaves. Place the painted coffee filters on a drying rack. I have painted several coffee filters using both the white and the natural filters. The colors didn't seem to change by using one or the other. I also wanted white flowers, so I used Mod Podge with this, with the white filters and in the natural ones. They're more translucent than the opaque ones. While the coffee filters are drying, make your templates of the petals and the leaf. I have made mine. You want to start off with the smallest one, which matches this one. It is 2 inches long by 1 inch at the bottom and 1.5 inches at the top. You start with the first template. Then you go to the second one, which is 1/4 inch larger. So the distance here is 2.5 inches by 2 inches by 1.25 inches. You go to the largest one, which is also 1/4 inch all around, and it's 3 inches long by 1.5 inches at the bottom and 2.5 inches at the top. They curve around on each one of them. And the leaf is 4 inches long by 1.25 inches and 1/4 inch at this end, just at the bottom. Now cut out your templates. Now we're going to cut out the petals. I'm going to use 2 of the colored filters. I'm going to fold them in half, put a little crease in it, and I'm going to make my petals, and I need at least 4 for each flowers. With a pencil or a pen, draw around your petals so you can see it. That's a large one. This is the smallest one. This is the middle-sized one. By putting the 2 pieces together, you will get 4 copies of each one. Now cut them out. Cut down the middle. you'll need 2 pieces for each leaf. So I'm going to fold it again. And then trace over my leaf. Cut the leaf out. Now we'll assemble the leaves. Using a thin wire, this is a 26 gauge wire, cut the wire 6 inches for each leaf. Now you're going to assemble. You're going to take 2 of these pieces of leaves and you're going to match up the bottom of them where the square end is. Make sure they are matching up so that they're the right direction. Glue with your Mod Podge along one side all the way down. Place your wire in the center, and you might want to even put a little crease in it like this, just so it doesn't move too far. And then lay the second piece on top. You want the leaves to set, so make all the leaves at one time. Make a pleat on the back side of the petal, on the flat side, and using your Mod Podge glue, glue it all together. Push this off to the side. Do it to all your petals. Let these all dry. So do all your petals at one time, do all your leaves at one time. If you see that your leaf might need a little trimming, wait until it dries before you trim it. You want all of these to dry before we assemble the flower. My daughter's husband's family used coffee filters after they had made coffee. They dumped the grounds and let the filters dry out. And then they just brushed off any extra coffee grounds off the paper. And it turned out to be some really interesting flowers. So you can recycle your own coffee filters. You can also use food coloring to dye your coffee filters. Put hot water in a bowl with a teaspoon of vinegar. Mix the food coloring in. Add several coffee filters into the bowl for your desired shade for the flowers. After they are dry, brush a coat of Mod Podge glue over each filter. Now take a floral wire. This is 18 gauge and it's 18 inches long, and I have cut it in half so it's at 9 inches. You can cut it at any length that you would like. With needle nose pliers, you're going to take from the end and make a little loop. This will prevent the flowers from slipping out. Separate your petals into at least 4 in each pile, starting with the small, the medium, and the large. With the small one, you're going to start, you'll take the Mod Podge glue, you'll glue it all the way up the center, and wrap it tightly around where the hoop is. Place the loop in the center, and then pull one side over and pull it so you can roll it tight around the wire. You have your center bud now, Add another small one. You want to paint the glue on the front side of your petal. Put enough to where the pleat is. Find the opening of this part. Wrap it around so it's nice and tight against the wire. Take your fingers and pull the petal back slightly. Continue with all the small ones, then go to the middle-sized ones and then the large one. Because we used the acrylic paints on this, these petals are pretty stiff. If you wanted to add more of the Mod Podge glue, you can go to the bottom of it and add it to stiffen it up. Place them into a little vase to let them dry. You want to let them dry before you put on the leaves. Using floral tape, I'm going to start wrapping around the stem right at the edge where the flowers are, so it will cover any of the glue that I had. And you pull it as you go. When you pull it, it will stick together. Now I'll wrap it around the rest of the wire and add the leaf to it. Combining both wires, wire from the leaf to the wire to the stem. I'll add another leaf here. Now I have 3 wires that I am combining in this floral tape. You can bend your leaves and straighten out your flower. Here are a few of the flowers I have made. The vases were made from recycled glass bottles such as beer, water, or vinegar. This was from the coffee filters. Flowers that were painted with acrylic paints. Flowers that were dyed or using the white and natural filters. And these flowers from used coffee filters. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. A day without sunshine is just an extra day for crafting.